long time in the Indian education system, somehow the industry and academia have been functioning in different domains. But now there is an increasing demand for students to get to know how to succeed in industry. One of the things is that when in the students, in our whole system, the students have to excel individually. So our whole education system is tuned to increase the individual excellence. On the other hand, when they go to industry, they have to work as a team. So the big gap comes how students get to know from individual brilliance or excellence to work in a team. So that is one important thing, to go beyond one's excellence and work in a team. I think what in the classroom they should do is, many of the experiments or projects, what we do, it should not be based on individual. You would collect teams, and so that everybody knows that to solve a problem, you require different expertise, which may not be there with one student. So the development of teamwork is very, very essential. Our pedagogy, classroom thing should tune to increase the teamwork. I think we face this problem particularly during COVID times when there was no one-to-one, in-person teaching was not there. So I think in India we quickly adopted for all these Zoom meetings. It was a learning game both for teacher as well as students. It has its own advantages as well as disadvantages. I think we should take the advantages. For example, all these slides, what we used to prepare, the student sits and sees in a dedicated monitor, visibility is better, he can concentrate better. Maybe a day when a student feels that teacher is not needed, I can learn from AI and ML. But today, I think all the display technologies like animation, the effects what you can bring to explain a concept, a dynamic concept, what happens in science, those you can use lots of these technologies which are available. Earlier, we had only international ranking, which all the Indian institutions were being ranked. Then we found that there are a lot of things don't apply the parameters to the Indian base of the institutions thing. So we have developed our own ranking system, and it is nothing but numbers and the metrics. I don't think in the present NARF everything is optimized. We are still learning in the process. As a result, whatever the parameters are there, some institutions, although they are good, they may not rank high in that because it is not suited. So someday will come when really students would go to an institution either because of ranking or because of the faculty. It is not very easy for any institution to get into this kind of ranking or become a reputed institution in a short span of 20-25 years. And the challenges today are also very different. New areas are coming, and particular institutions like SRM, you have engineering, you have science. Each one requires a different approach. Even in science, physics, chemistry, biology, each of them have their own culture. So we have to understand, we have to improve them, but start following all good practices. I think SRM, I've seen that they're recognizing what is critical to reach those stages, and they're taking enormous steps. And every time we have meetings, I see that a lot more improvement, whatever we suggest, they've started implementing. And I'm sure someday SRM will reach, that prestigious stage. I think this is the where, establishment and consolidation, there are two things. You have to first establish the systems, starting from a greenfield university like SRM. And those faculty who join around that time, they will not be able to perform to the best of their abilities because there are no, facilities available. So they go hand in hand. I think about 10 years since the establishment is a minimal time required to start making, to assess even once what is your weakness, what is your strength, etc. I think SRM in this short span of time, they have done very well. And we see there is a passion to excel and to reach those greater heights right from the beginning. We see that in the top management, we see that drive in the faculty. One thing one must not forget is that you may have any amount of funds, infrastructure. Finally, what is important is people. And the faculty should reach a level where, if we think of an area, we think of this faculty. When we think of the faculty, associate him with this area. That has to happen. I'm already impressed with the kind of facilities what they have created for students. And they will certainly, in about 10-15 years, they will be in a place which people will remember.